Shabbat Shalom. In Manhattan, we live in such close quarters that we witness private lives playing out in public spaces. We hear snippets of conversations every time we walk down the street. I have listened to breakups, job interviews, condolence calls, stock market reports, and all kinds of arguments taking place around me as I make my way from point A to point B. And there are some things that you hear strangers saying over and over, little snippets of common phrases, from an expression of joy of reunion like, "It's so good to see you," or to commentary on the weather, "It's freezing out," or "Today it's a gorgeous day." And I often hear a parent saying to a child, "You aren't listening to me," or "Please listen," or "Let's be a good listener." The child often responds by saying they are listening. And it occurs to me that what these parents are actually saying isn't that the child is not listening. It is that they are not taking action in the way that the parent wants them to. Whether it's about leaving the playground or putting shoes on, the parent wants one thing and the child another. As we know, this happens not only between parents and children. We often say this to someone when they don't respond to the action that we are requesting. Recently, on a walk, my husband said to me, "Cross over to the other side of the street," when he saw someone acting aggressively ahead of us who I hadn't seen. And I wanted to know why. I wanted to discuss it first, to understand before acting. I didn't perceive the urgency of needing to act first and ask questions later. This is human nature. As Jonathan Sachs says, we seek to understand what we are committing ourselves to before making the commitment. This week, we read a passage in the Torah portion in which the Israelites do just the opposite. God has just given the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai, followed by Moses detailing many of God's laws to the Israelites. These include laws about worshiping other gods, kashrut, business ethics, and treatment of animals. And in response to all of these commandments, the Israelites respond with the words, "Kol asher diber Adonai na'aseh v'nishma." All that God has said, we will do, and we will listen. Na'aseh v'nishma translates as we will do and we will listen, but it's often interpreted as we will do and we will understand. We will do and then we will listen. The order is very significant here. They are acting before they understand. They act and then they listen to why. What a show of faith. It takes a tremendous amount of trust to act and then understand. Parts of ourselves rebel against acting in blind faith, and rightly so. There is wisdom to this. However, in the case of the Israelites receiving the commandments at Sinai, their leap of faith suggests a spiritual teaching that is relevant in any age. There are many things in life that cannot actually be understood before we act. If we waited to understand before acting, we may never take a step. It is only through living that we gain wisdom. There are many moments in life in which we are challenged to take a leap of faith. When we get married, or have children, or fall in love, move to a new place, or take on a new career, we can't really know what these experiences will be like until we live them. We can't understand them first. This is also true with small moments in our lives. We can't aptly describe what it is like to swim until we've jumped in the water. We can't fully describe what it feels like to be fully present to a piece of music or view a beautiful sunset. We just have to experience it. And when it comes to the spiritual, we can't really anticipate or describe what the experience will be like. We have to just jump in and live it. We need to be in the moment and allow it to change us. Menachem Mendel of Kotz taught that the people of Israel possess a special instrument that elevate their perceptual capacity and enable them to transcend the level of their intellect. And this instrument is the practice of mitzvot. When we engage in mitzvot, we elevate our lives. When we take the time to say the motzi before breaking bread, we slow down and reflect on gratitude for having enough to eat. When we observe the mitzvah to give tzedakah, we uplift our community. When we observe Shabbat, we slow down and engage as spiritual beings. Observing mitzvot, enacting them, gives us new knowledge and uplifts our lives in ways that we could not have anticipated. Na'aseh v'nishma. We will act and then we will listen. Maybe when we call out to one another, Shema Yisrael, it is as if we are recalling an ancient communal memory, standing at Sinai and agreeing to observe the commandments can uplift our lives, just as they have for the generations preceding ours. When we sing the Shema in one voice, listening to one another, we echo this ancient commandment. Shabbat Shalom.